What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live on RK Outpost Live, the monthly. Well, you're guaranteed at least one a month. At least once a month, we're going live on RK Outpost Live for this fucking stream on the last Sunday of every month. You never know when there might be some others that pop up randomly here or there, a random Dave Filoni promotion or some Elon Musk news, whatever the fuck it may be. And maybe I've had a few too many drinks and I fucking go live. But that is not what this stream is. This is the once a month that I'm gathered with some of my top tier supporters, the top members of the channel, Patreon, wherever they decide to support over on Locals. And you get to listen to them speak instead of hearing from me. You get to hear me all the fucking time. Even today, Sunday, I do the Sports Wars stream in the morning. I do my stream in the evening. But now you get to hear from other people besides my fucking fat mouth, which is the best part about these streams. And I think the best part for you guys as well. I see a bunch of people in the chat. I see Cool Gamer, Jens Jurgensen. I don't know who the fuck that guy is. Raptors, Roland New, Seratano. You might see her too. Thoughts on Fitness, Biggles, Sleazy. A lot of people that are on this stream are also in the chat. Stormbringer says way too many overlapping streams today. Hard to choose. You know, everybody seems to like to stream Sundays now. Everybody seems to like to stream Sundays now. I fucking started this shit, all right? But that's all right. Let's bring everybody in. Sir Reefer, what's up, man?
Not much. Enjoying my day off watching the X Games.
Yeah, you gave us a full breakdown on the hokey knuckle. Yeah, hokey knuckle fucking snowboard something.
Oh, yeah, fuck you. Just because you can't do it.
No, I can't. I've never tried though, so maybe I could. You don't know,
bro. You should you should pick it up. You can snowboard a lot longer than people think you can because you don't need to haul dick down the mountain and hit crazy ass jumps. You can just cruise and enjoy your time, even on black diamonds.
I can cruise on my couch and just chill. So I'd probably be doing that.
You sound more like a lazy stoner than I do.
There you go. Sleazy, what's up, man? How you doing?
It's been a crazy year. Oh my god. And it's only January. It's still not over.
Yeah, it's been the craziest month of the year. Definitely was January.
So far.
Also the least crazy month of the year so far, depending on how you look at it. We've got Patty. What's up, man?
Howdly doodly.
Howdly doodly yourself. Somebody who has not joined us in quite some time. We've got Sarah Tana. What's up, Sarah?
Hi, yeah, it's been like 4 months, 5 months since I've been here. Yeah, but I'm still here. I'm still alive, and yeah, let's get to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gabriel Knight is here. What's up, Gabriel?
Not a lot, just hanging out and ready for these NFL playoff games to start.
I know, right? Of course, like I'm got streams going on. When I decided to stream on Sunday, I don't know why I wasn't thinking about football. It's because it was probably August or something when I did my first one. But yeah, it's all right. It is what it is. We do have some big games coming up. AFC, NFC championship games. Somebody who's going to be watching them from all the way in fucking Europe, wherever the fuck you live. Mr. J, what's up, man?
Denmark.
I didn't want to say Norway and upset you.
That would have killed you.
What if I said Sweden?
I would have killed you twice.
Here you go.
What about Holland?
Yeah. That's okay. They have free weed.
They have free weed in Holland?
Well, legalized weed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not
they're
free.
Okay. They're okay. Yeah, I've been reading about Madam Web today, you know, having a little bit of laugh. You know, it's wonderful to see it fail even more.
Just at the box office projections?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The movie's not going to hit $150 million. I don't think so.
Happy Valentine's Day. Comes out on Valentine's Day. It's going to be a disaster.
Nobody's going to watch that shit. Nobody.
Not many. Not even for Sydney Sweeney. Biggles. What's up, Biggles?
Hi, I'm Biggles, and Ben Shapiro raps like he is comedian rappers Riff Raff and John LaJoy, who is Taco in the league.
Bro, the Ben Shapiro thing, I find it fucking hilarious because he's completely like just owning all the memes associated with it. You know what I mean? Like he knows it's fucking cringe. He knows it's stupid and he's completely playing into it. Changing his bio to #1 rapper in America. Like as soon as they hit #1 is fucking wild. But yeah, The guy who very famously said rap is not music. That's all it took for him to become the #1 rapper in America.
Yeah, it has nothing to
fair.
do with the song that he's on and the guy
Right.
who wrote it.
We all heard him sing WAP, so we knew he was a good rapper.
That's right.
Oh.
The remix of that's pretty fucking dope too. So, and last but not least, we might have more people pop on. You never know. Grandmaster Chris, what's up, man?
Hi guys, 1 month into 2024 and it's already a lot has happened. I started up college. I did what Gary has been telling all these writers who went on strike to do, which is learn a trade. And sure enough, when I go to learn a trade, the very first semester is about cultural fluency and self-awareness. And so for the last month, I've just been pissed off. Just why am I wasting my time with this? But on the brighter note, I did buy myself a PS5 and I been playing the shit out of God of War Ragnarok, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite games ever.
Nice. So you had a class when you, I don't know what the fuck you're going to school for, but
I'm doing an online class.
okay, and it's about cultural shit. So like what, how to talk to like black people or Latino people when you show up to their house to fix something? Like what does it mean?
Basically what they're asking me to do is to write a paper about like, well, they gave me 3 options, either something about school, something about home, or something about the workplace. And it's essentially just you meet someone at work who's like different from you or has a different culture. How do you adjust to that? And I'm just thinking like, are you guys trying to pretend like there's some profound like idea behind all this? It's just basic fucking common sense. And so,
Yeah, if you just treat everyone like shit, you're perfectly fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, if
Put
you're-
them down, tell them get out of your way.
yeah, I work at Amazon, and our day is very simple. We show up to work on time, we do our job, and then we leave. And if there's a problem, we speak to our manager and we find some way to make it work. There's no like, oh, we need to compensate for people with different cultures. It's like, no, we're all employees. So I hate this whole like, we need to adjust for people. How about we just find common ground?
How about you just treat everybody the fucking same? Like, who cares? Like,
Yeah.
so I encounter at my workplace, I encounter someone who's a fucking Asian Pacific Island person or whatever. How do you approach it? What are you gonna do? Fucking, hey, what does your fucking country call this shit? You just treat people the same way, regardless of whatever their fucking background is.
Yeah,
Ask them if they'd like some rice for lunch.
And I bet you a lot of the people who like are in charge of all these courses have never stepped outside the United States. Whereas me, I've been all over the place. I took a church mission trip to Mexico. I've been to Hawaii. I've been all over the country. I've been to England. I've been to France. I've been to Belgium. I've been to Germany. I have been all over the place.
Denmark, that's a shithole.
Well, Chris, that's just your
Exactly.
white
You wanna
privilege
die?
being able to travel. Don't you know that?
Yeah, it's like when I was in Germany, you could hardly even tell that this place was once like ruled by a bunch of I don't know if I can say the word, but a bunch
Yahtzees.
of very
Nazis, yeah.
a bunch of very mean people. You'd never know that. Like the people of Germany, especially in the countryside, are like the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Hey, I will have you know that Germany is only one of 2 countries that never ever made a mistake.
They never
Yeah.
been the bad guys.
Yeah, let's just pretend that China doesn't have concentration camps,
Mm-hmm.
and let's
That's the
hire.
best part.
Yeah, we need to appeal
Rip
to
it.
China by hiring Vietnamese actresses, just like Disney did.
Rip Ryan's channel.
Yeah, I'll be all right. It's my second one.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a secondary channel.
I'm
This
sorry.
was the backup channel, okay? This was made because of Naughty Dog.
Yes.
Who's like fucking pouring stones into like a mug
I
of
was-
coffee?
Bagels.
I was playing with dice on my Evangelion coaster. I'm sorry. I'll
God,
stop
you're
doing
such
that.
a fucking fag.
Nerd.
Ha!
Yes, because I was like, what the fuck is that? It sounded so like some on ceramic. What is that?
That Stitch is Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War.
Yeah, I thought it. I was like,
That's
that's
actually pretty-
Stitch.
That's pretty.
That's
sick.
quite a crossover.
Well, I thought a couple things we could talk about. One is last time we were live on this channel was on New Year's Eve, actually. And the day after, basically for New Year's, is when Sharmino Obaid-Chinoy gave an interview on like CNN or whatever about her idea or what she was going to do as the first ever female director of Star Wars. And that has created a landslide worth of shit for the past 4 weeks. So I figured we could definitely talk about that. The Rey movie, all the fucking rumors that were flying that were bullshit about it. And then Daisy Ridley herself actually saying something that should be the stock answer from an actress when they're out there talking about something, which is not shitting all over the fans, not taking bait from the media, and instead just saying, hey, really excited to do this project. Can't wait to do it. We're excited. Which was
blew me away. She said fans are not her fans are not toxic. I had to sit down. I was like, am I reading this from an actor? Wow.
Not just an actor, an actress.
To be fair, she doesn't live in Hollywood, so
maybe
that's why they
She
had
just
Star Wars
visits.
Celebration in
Yeah,
England.
but she's British.
that
So
doesn't
what's the
help.
difference?
That doesn't help.
About the Atlantic Ocean.
yeah, don't insult us by calling us British, okay? We left those fuckers.
No. You were thrown out.
Sure.
Thrown out. Sure.
You know, it's like
Calm
when you're
down,
the older,
Mr. Swiss.
it's like you're the older brother and you sometimes let your younger brother win a game, even though you could, pound him into the grass. You just let him win a few. That's what the English did with you guys.
If
All
my
right,
brother
Sweden.
tried to take
All
my
right, Sweden.
yard-
This is more of a Tai Lung Master Shifu situation, Chief.
Ook.
Is that from Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah, that's
It
from
sure
Kung Fu
as fuck
Panda.
is.
It's more like
Um,
being cast out into the cursed earth. They didn't expect you to survive.
But
And now we rule the world, or we used to, at least.
Yeah, you used to. And then we had to come and save your ass, England's asses in both world wars. Like, America, please save us.
No.
Whoa. Excuse me.
I'm speaking from the point of view of America, not Britain. Fuck Britain.
The Second World War, yeah, that's fine. The First World War was already basically over when you entered the war.
No, it wasn't.
I said it was basically over.
No, it was. Oh, when we entered, yeah, it was basically over. Once we joined, it was.
Yeah,
game
because
over.
we entered.
because we came
No.
in.
Second World War, yeah, I totally agree, but not the first one. No.
Oh, first one.
I'm sorry. How many miles were they from Paris?
Like,
Yeah, that was
outside
19
the doors
that was
of
19
Paris.
That was 1914, my friend.
How many miles were they from Paris?
Yeah, that was 1914.
Hold on. I'd like to take a second to acknowledge all the brave Canadian patriots who decided it was a good idea to charge up a hill towards
Sleazy,
machine
you
gun
are
nests.
aware, right? You are well, right? That the German lines didn't break under the First World War. They didn't break.
I'm sorry. Who was it screaming and complaining about us using shotguns? The American way to clean trenches.
Anyway, that's enough World War One history.
These Swedish people are crazy.
Enough World War One history. Garfield's
That's
Bizarre
from a
Adventure
Canadian.
5. Yo, Ryan, what'll be worse, the Acolyte or the Rey movie? That is
Rey
a very good
Acolyte.
question.
Ooh.
I think that the Acolyte is going to be worse, in large part because we're going to have so much more of it. It's going to be like 10 episodes or whatever the fuck. Whereas the Rey movie would be one bad 2 or 2.5 hour movie.
When I saw they had this meeting with the actors who were in the Acolyte, and I saw this black woman talking, every bone in my body, everything shook.
She's
to
a
listen to this
powerful
woman, I
leader,
felt physically sick.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just
Oh,
like,
God. I was on
somebody-
cringe
somebody
overload
hit
during
that.
that.
Somebody, pardon my French, hit that bitch, because she's everything, every reason for not putting a woman like her in anything that remotely looks like a TV show or movie. She has no business in Star Wars. None.
Yeah, she thinks Star Wars is patriarchal, completely forgetting about Queen Amidala and Princess Leia.
Yeah,
Well,
Star
no,
Wars
it's-
famously patriarchal, where like the fucking Naboo's ruled by a queen. Yeah.
Well, not even
Like a
in
14-year-old
Star
queen,
Wars.
by the
It's
way.
like they complain about there being no female executives, and it's like, excuse me, Marshall Lucas would like to have a word with you.
Yeah, and of course, like like Karen Travis, who we can credit for like coming up with most of the culture around the Mandalorians, but of course
And
she doesn't get the
Crispin,
credit
who
'cause
wrote
Dave
Han
Filoni's
Solo's
bitch
origin.
ass likes to say, "Oh, with all my idea, yeah, I'm so great, am I?"
Kathy Tyers wrote
They don't-
Truth at Baccarat.
They don't know these
Ugh.
things because they don't care. The people who are in charge of Star Wars don't know anything that happened before 2012. Nada. Zip.
Well, most
They have
executives
no
in
idea.
Hollywood don't
Right?
think that.
All the
They-
books, all the games, everything that came before them.
And they
It's
always
like-
ignore Padme.
And it's
Yes.
like everything in-
exactly.
in the Twilight
Ignore
Zone.
Leia.
Well, they ignore Padme like Padme ignored Anakin slaughtering people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like they had to downgrade Leia from
Well-
princess to general because
I mean,
Mm.
she
general
was,
Hold on.
she was pregnant. She was pregnant. so,
Just
you know,
for
come on.
the record, he didn't slaughter animals. He slaughtered fucking Tusken Raiders. All right.
And
Like,
not
those-
just the
those aren't-
men, but
yeah.
the women and the children too. They're like animals. I slaughtered them like animals.
That's right. So
Anywho,
she ignored that, which is perfectly fine. Like, who fucking cares if there's a one less
No
tribe
red
of
flags.
Tuskens out there?
Have you guys seen how Attack of the Clones should have ended? In that video, when he does the little thing where he talks about how he killed the Tusken Raiders, Padme
Oh,
just
is
like
that
very
the how-
slowly walks out and like
Yeah, like I'm
"I'll
gonna
be
walk
right
away
back."
from
And
this.
she,
That's
like,
the how
goes
it should have
out.
ended, right? The cartoon.
Yeah, she's
thing.
like, yeah, nobody looks at that like normal behavior.
I think it's fine. They fucking
Well-
they like killed and raped his mom. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, sure.
Yeah.
Anakin didn't do
Reasonable.
anything wrong there.
Yeah. I'm with Ryan on this. Plus, also a Ryan thing. Padme was a groomer. There you go.
that's
Hey,
true.
True.
I don't know why that's a Ryan thing, but that is something I've
Because
said.
I mean,
yeah, because I heard
yeah.
it from you.
I mean, if
said
you
that,
really
yes.
think about it, the Jedi and the prequels are groomers.
They probably
because
have
they
a
go ahead
Romeo and
steal
Juliet statue
children.
law somewhere in this, so it's fine.
The Jedi and the prequels are retards. That's what they are.
They
Yeah, so
are
it's-
because they've been too in with the government for too long.
Yeah,
All
Dooku
right.
straight up tells Obi-Wan like the Senate is controlled by a Sith, and Obi-Wan's response is, "Yeah, that's not possible. That can't be."
Ryan, you're going to make so much money on the Acolyte, it's not even funny.
So is the Acolyte just going to be like a story of or like what are those things called where it's means something else? And it's just
called Red
Leslie.
Beans in space.
It's just Leslie Hetling. Like all the
Period.
stories are based on like her covering up for Harvey Weinstein, and they're all like Star Wars metaphors now, right?
It's
That would be a good story. I'd watch
It's
it.
just going to be boss woman, slay queen, and nobody's going to watch. Nobody.
A lot of gender ambiguous people walking around.
Yeah.
A very
And
diverse
a lot of
cast.
evil white dudes.
People are humping each other left, right, and center. Acting like dogs, and everybody fucking everybody. Pardon my French, but that's how it's going to be.
Maybe
But for a little
they-
bit,
Go
for a little bit of good Star Wars content, Ryan, did you check out that X-wing video?
I haven't been able to watch it yet. I almost kind of want to do like a live stream. Like
Dude, that's
reaction
45
to it or
minutes long.
something.
You're not going to be able to live
It's
stream.
good.
I'm not talking about like do one on this channel or something, like a low key one, and do like a live stream reaction to it or something. Because I do like the stuff that I quickly forwarded through. The effects are fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Like what they were able to do with it. So
Yeah, if
What's
anyone
this?
wants to check it out, it's what is it?
it's in my liked videos. Let me check it.
It's in my history. It was good. It was actually really good. The acting was better than I expected.
Is it like a fan film?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a fan film.
What channel is it on?
1 second, Ryan.
Is it the
Looking up
one that it's
information.
called Wingman?
There you go.
I think so.
Yeah,
Wingman
yeah, I
and
think that's it.
X-Wing story.
Yeah, Wingman
Yes.
and X-wing story. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
just search for X-wing on the tube.
Mm. But in any case, yes, it's it's a group of fans who were making a video for about 7 years or so, and that's what they got made out of it.
Yeah, it's
And
phenomenal.
I'm not sure where they're from, but they're from one of the Nordic countries.
Yeah,
And
so
what's it
I
about?
might do something like that on this channel, and just because it is like an hour long, just do a live stream reaction of it. It'd be cool.
No, I got to do it first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go for it.
most
The race
Star
to be
Wars fan
sleazy.
films are like definitely better than what we're getting right now with Disney, because
course they are.
unlike
Yeah.
like the corporate environment, these fan films are actually made with something called passion. Like,
Yeah.
sure, they don't really have the budgets, so the visual effects might be a little wonky, but at the end of the day, I'm willing to forgive it because it's a fan film. It's people who use their own money because they're really passionate about what they're doing. So
Mhm.
But usually what it is, it's people that are trying to emulate like something that they love, right? Trying to
Yeah.
bring like something that they love to light, and they're not trying to a lot of fan films, right? They're not trying to put their spin on it, right? They're trying to tell a story like within that universe that they would like to see played out. Whereas you have someone like Dave Filoni who comes in and wants to make Star Wars, but his way.
Yeah.
You know, like what his interpretation of Star Wars should be. And that's like the definitive one now, right? And regardless if Lucas said this or Lucas changed this or Lucas did that, well, you know, one time he said this and we're going to go with that because this is what I want everybody to be able to use the Force.
Yeah.
I hated that.
and one of the,
I was like,
one of the
Dave,
worst
no.
things that one of the worst things that Dave ever
No.
did to Star Wars was changing the way the Force works, where now all of a sudden balance in the Force has to be a scale between light and dark, whereas they specifically say in Revenge of the Sith, balance of the Force comes when you destroy the Sith, an absence of darkness. But
Well,
now it's like we gotta have a daughter and we gotta have a son and they gotta
Well,
be in balance.
To be fair, it is the best way to explain balance, because in a balance there's equally amount of dark and light. If you only have one side, that cannot be balanced, right? It just
Right,
can't.
but we're not talking about a balance in terms of scales. We're talking about kind of the like fucking Eastern culture's idea of being in balance is like being at peace,
Yin
right?
and yang.
Which is like emulating like the light side. No chaos. Like dark side is chaos. Fucking light side is not. And that's more what the meaning is. And
Because by this logic, that creates stupid things like the dyad in Rise of Skywalker. Now all of a sudden, it's like, are we supposed to believe that evil dictators slaughtering innocents is suddenly a good thing? Like,
Well, Chris, you don't understand
we
because
have
it
more
is.
people to balance out the Jedi.
you don't understand because you didn't drink the green milk.
Yeah.
That's true because I'm not.
And also, he added real magic into the Star Wars universe, which is fucking retarded.
That was so stupid.
Yeah.
The sisters.
It's the
Oh
Force.
God.
It's not Harry Potter.
Zombies in the Star Wars it does not belong. Sorry.
You could explain zombies in a way, but
We went from a space opera to a space joke.
I'm fine with zombies.
well, I'm not. So the one zombie story that that we got, which I forget the fucking name of the book right now.
Death Troopers.
Death Troopers. Like that one, okay, you've got this isolated space or prison space station, basically, where there was some weird fucking outbreak and they were doing some weird experiment or something, and something happens, and for a temporary time, like people get reanimated. Like you could tell like a one-off story like that, and then, but you can't just fucking have give these Night Sisters the power to bring people back from the dead.
yeah.
Almost like at will with like no real effort. It's like, one, why weren't you doing that all the fucking time anyway? Like, why would you ever just use real people if you can just do that all the time? And then also now you bring them, they're probably going to reanimate a bunch of their Night Sister ancestors. And it's just like this unlimited fucking army of zombies you could have, which
No end.
And they're all going to be girl bosses. Oh, yeah.
the Night
that's what-
Sisters. The
That's what they
fucking
act like.
I hate those. Oh fucking! When it came into the story, I'm just like, nope.
well, like the the Night Sisters were a thing before Dave Filoni got his hands on them, and I thought they were cool. I thought they were unique. And then they got changed in TCW into something completely different. And yeah, I mean, just if Dave Filoni finds a way to fit a powerful woman into a story, or like an entire race of powerful women, he's absolutely going to do it.
You know what they're going to do?
That when I first watched Clone Wars back in the day, when you get to the episode in season 4 when they all get massacred, even back then I was like, wait a minute, but I thought the Night Sisters were still around even after Return of the Jedi, because like Luke bumps into the Night Sisters. So, So even then,
you
I
know-
was like, "Why? What's happening? Why
I
are
think-
we changing?"
Hold
I
on.
think
You know what they're
they-
gonna do? They're gonna in the season 2 or 3 or something of Ahsoka. There's gonna be an arc where she's going to redeem the Night Sisters, and they're going to become the Night
God.
Sisters with a K, and she's gonna be their leader.
They're gonna be the Jedi Knight Sisters.
No, just the
God.
Night Sisters with a K.
No.
Oh my God, they're totally gonna do that.
Oh no.
Yeah, and as I said last month, one of the things they're going to do is they're going to use that galaxy that Ahsoka got stuck in to introduce the Vong, the Yuzon Vong,
Their
and they're going
version
to
of
be
it, yes.
and they're going to be turned into the Skrulls from Secret Invasion, a giant immigration allegory.
They
'Cause
are
you're-
going to be made into exclusively white heterosexual men.
Yeah,
I'm
because
pretty sure I
everything's
saw
gotta reflect
Reaper
the
break
world
up
we
with
live
St.
in
Paul.
today.
Stop giving
No,
them
they're
ideas.
gonna
No.
They're going to be led by a queen like the Borg or the Wraith from Stargate, and she's going to be misunderstood. And oh my God,
Oh,
And they're gonna have
We
a
don't-
heart-to-heart
we don't bring
woman
up
talk
Picard
together
season 2.
and
Please
redeem.
Don't
Oh
bring it
God.
up.
God.
It's just it's going to be so bad.
So-
For the love, just let it die. Just let it die
Yeah.
and collapse, and then in 20 years start all over. Just let it
No.
die.
Just let it die.
Well, it's never going to happen because even if Ahsoka dies, she's just going to be brought back to life.
Oh yeah, because she can't never die. That's Filoni's baby.
Hey,
Yeah,
Elon
but-
Musk,
no,
if
they're
you
going
ever
to
hear
do it.
this,
She's
Biden's
going to
new-
die, and they're going to have to use their Night Sister magic to bring her back as their new queen.
There you go.
Yeah,
Quick, give
yeah,
them
yeah,
ideas.
we can't do that for Luke because he's a man.
Exactly.
Even after all these years,
No,
I
no, no,
still
he's
don't
going to
know
become
why
a
Luke
drone.
died.
whose
Like,
only
what killed
mission in
him?
life is to impregnate her,
Ice
and then he
Age!
dies.
Oh
No,
God.
he's going to be like a drone in the beehive. One-time sex, and then he dies off.
Oh,
Oh
God.
man.
Oh,
But when it does come to the Rey movie, obviously, not only is it about a character that nobody fucking cares about, but it's being directed by someone who's never done any kind of movie like this ever. She's done documentaries about basically Muslim women being oppressed in the fucking Middle East. And she's done a few episodes of Miss Marvel,
yeah.
specifically because they were looking for a Muslim director, a Muslim female director.
Oh,
So now she makes her way over to Star Wars, and now her hands are going to be on a multi-$100 million fucking project, which not only brings back Daisy Ridley's Rey, a character that nobody wants, but what she's going to be doing in the movie is what Luke Skywalker should have done, which is rebuild the Jedi Order. It's like the movie is going to be a fucking catastrophe.
Yeah.
If it even gets made.
That
I-
goes
it-
without saying.
It's gonna get
It'll
made.
get made.
If the
What do
Rey
you think
movie actually gets made, does it do worse than the Marvels?
No, it does better.
No. I don't know.
Yeah.
It does
do you
better
think
because
about-
it's Star Wars. It's a more desirable
It
product.
depends on how much money they
Is-
put into it. If it's going to be a $250 million movie, it's going to lose money. If it's going to be a $150 million movie, it's probably going to make a little bit of money.
And you've
Well,
also
it's a
got the
Disney
Rey
movie, so
fans.
of course, the budget's going to get out of control and go up to
Of course it
$300
is.
million.
Of course it is.
What about these rumors about Ben Solo and Force impregnated Rey with twins, and one of them's going to turn evil? They're basically just ripping off the Jason and Jaina Solo storyline.
I
Oh,
think that's just all bullshit. It's funny because, like, on one hand, you've got some people that are saying there's never been a script, like there's not even a script, like, at all. And then on the other hand, it's like, but this is the entire fucking story. I think a lot of that stuff is bullshit.
Probably is, but it's so stupid at the same time. I can see them doing it.
That's okay.
Well-
Luke's the father. Force coaster.
Ew.
My whole
Well-
my whole theory was that it's gonna be twins, but one's gonna be white and one's gonna be black. Because
It's going to be Finn's kid.
yeah, one's gonna be a baby from Kylo Force impregnating, and then like that night, because she was seeking comfort in the arms of Finn after Ben died, that she fucked Finn, and then she's got twins that are one's black and one's white. One's fucking Kylo's and one is Finn's.
What
Make
if?
it happen,
And the
Disney.
white one will turn
Yes.
to the dark side, by the way. Just-
What if Rose Tico murders Rey in the first movie and it becomes a Rose Tico trilogy because it's Finn's baby?
Yes.
Well, now
I'd
you're
watch
just going to Game of Thrones territory.
I'd watch
Don't-
it.
Don't let Drunk
No.
3PO hear that. It's just,
God, it's so.
it is so
terrible.
bad. I mean, we can sit here and spitball ideas, and even these stupid ideas are better with whatever they come up with. You know.
Oh no, my idea was awful.
Oh,
It's-
I
it's
don't know
don't do
about
it.
that.
But
You
they
turn Star Wars
they
into
will
Twilight.
find a way.
Damn it!
I mean, the only way they can make her into a Skywalker if she's ever had a Skywalker in her, giggity, right? And it's just they are going to find a way to generate Luke and Han and everybody else to build her up. They are going to make them into cocks, basically, just to build her up to this superstar.
They
we
already
want her to
did
be.
that. She literally
No, no,
stole
much
everything
more.
she has from them.
Now that you mention it, Mr. J, I gotta ask: do you think in this Rey movie they're gonna have cameos by Luke and Leia? Because I can imagine that they're gonna do that because they have to, because everything has to be jangling.
They are probably
keys
going to
and
have every
smells you
single
hate.
motherfucking one. Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, everybody coming in, telling her how perfect she is and how much we rely on you to rebuild, and everything hinges on you now, and you are the one that we were waiting for. You are the chosen one. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Oh, fuck off! I can't.
Well, they can do it. They have the technology.
Oh, it's oh, this gives me a migraine.
I
Do
don't
you
even want to
think-
think about it.
Do you think in the Rey movie that Mark Hamill makes an appearance as a Force ghost?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
1,000,000% yes.
How
Yeah,
else is he
I
going to
don't know.
impregnate
I
her?
don't think so.
Yeah, and Mark Hamill's gonna introduce his granddaughter. Oh, too soon.
He's gonna have a little Force ghost granddaughter, like the one he could have killed.
This is your
No.
granddaughter. I do not know who she is.
That's why I unmuted Mark Hamill, just because I'm waiting for anytime he posts something, I'm just waiting for Gary to respond to him because it's always so funny and savage. Because
Yeah.
Mark
Hamill
Hamill's
just-
lost his fucking mind over the
I-
Trump
I-
shit,
I
man.
love
He's
seeing
going
that.
over
Yeah.
the edge. He's just
Yeah, he's become the male version of that woman who starts screaming her head off when Trump gets elected.
The one in the green jacket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only thing I really hope for is that hostile takeover Disney. Just let it happen. I know it's rumor
It's not
based.
happening, bro.
it's
We've
not
been
gonna
talking
happen.
about this for
I
fucking.
know, I know, but he is going to try. It's probably not going to happen, or he's not going to succeed, but he will try. Because Disney has gone from $97 per share to $89. They lost $180 billion in market value since the coronavirus. Now it's now or never, because at some point Disney is going to start making money again in whatever project they're going to start. It's now or never. He can buy the company for $150 billion.
Who? Elon?
Ooh.
No,
Right.
that super
Nelson
investor.
Peltz.
Nelson? He
Yeah,
doesn't have.
yeah.
He doesn't have $150 billion.
No, but he has investors behind him.
No,
I'm
he
just
doesn't have
saying
that many.
Yeah,
let's
that's
see. Let's see.
150 billion's a lot of fucking money.
I know.
He
But,
controls around $6 billion at Disney.
I was gonna
shares.
say it
But-
was
but-
single digits.
Disney used to be $300 billion. Think of that.
I listen.
That's how much
I'm
they lost.
agreeing. I don't disagree with you that Disney's a fucking has been really shitty lately. I just don't see any path forward for there to be a hostile takeover of the company.
And when I
with-
say $150 billion, it's all of the shares. He just needs 50.1%. So we're down to, in quotes, maybe $75 billion. That's
Yeah, but all the other investors that have that type of money are on Iger's side.
Yeah.
yeah. But when he gets to a certain amount of ownership of the company, he can force a sale. That's called it's like a hostile takeover.
What the fuck are you talking about? You're talking about him. Like he doesn't have that type of money, that type of people, that type of backing. He has what he has. Like he's not going to convince everybody else to fucking get on board because the primary,
But that's
like
my
the
hope.
bigger shareholders are already behind Iger.
Yeah, but for how long? If they keep losing money, for how long will they support him? If they lost $150 billion in 4 years, if I was an investor, I would look for somebody else.
Well,
So what I
technically,
do,
you
but
only
they're
lose the
not.
money if you sell it.
The problem is a lot of their investor money comes from just invested 401ks and shit like that. Those people aren't paying attention to what any of this shit is that's going on.
Yeah.
So they don't notice that they're losing money in the long run. So,
as Ripa would say, it's sugar daddy money.
Sugar daddy money. It's just like the idea of it is interesting, and I like the fight, and I like the idea. Really, we should not be talking about hostile takeover. That ain't gonna fucking happen. But the idea that you could put enough pressure or cause enough like annoyance to get a spot on the board, that's realistic, right? That's something that realistically could happen. That doesn't mean you get to control everything, but it does mean that you would now have an ear and a voice and influence and knowledge of what's going on and can continue to hold them accountable, not only there, but also in the public eye. You know what I mean?
That's the best case scenario. I don't see any scenario anytime soon of Bob Iger getting Vince McMahon, where he just something comes out and he gets pushed off the board.
I would say your best hope would be, say, 10, 15 years down the road, if Elon were to make X Twitter profitable and he were able to pay back all of his investors what they invested and then get them to help him invest in Disney in the same way, then maybe you would see an improvement. But that wouldn't be, again, for another 10, 15 years after that. So you're talking like 30 years down the road if you're going to see any improvement at all.
Yeah, and really Iger is going to fend this off, and he's going to retire in the next 2 or 3 years, and he's going to be done.
True.
That's what I see with Iger.
And then, oh Lord, help us! Kathleen Kennedy is going to take over.
I don't see. Well,
she could fail upward.
And the reason I want to see that is because when that goes public, I want to go directly to Doomcock's channel and see him having a nervous breakdown, and I'm going to laugh until I piss myself.
At the end of the day, I don't see that being very likely that Kathleen Kennedy ends up taking over Disney. She's also fucking old as shit. Yeah, she's 71, right?
Old. Yeah, something like
she's gonna be 75. Iger's about the same age. That's what I've said about her at Lucasfilm. Eventually, she's going to step down because she's kind of fucking old. Out. Yeah, she's kind of old and done with that shit.
And unfortunately, when the day comes when she does retire, she's just going to be replaced by someone who's just as bad, because the whole attitude of hating on the fans and creating shitty Star Wars has infected all of Lucasfilm. Everyone thinks exactly like Kathleen Kennedy, and also a lot of shit.
They'll hire Lizzo as a replacement. That's what they'll do.
Well, they'll hire Dave Filoni. He's a bigger feminist than Kathleen Kennedy is, to be honest.
Exactly. He will fail upward into the position of CEO of Lucasfilm.
I don't know if they'll have Lizzo take over, because that means they'll have to double their budget on catering.
Double?
And wardrobe.
Triple, probably.
Holy shit. All right, let me catch up with some of these super chats. Roland for $5. Zombies in Star Wars needs to work like the Flood in Halo, a parasite of some form. Works so well in Halo and is terrifying.
That could work.
I feel like isn't that what they did in Death Troopers? It was
some sort of weird science is what it has to be.
I don't remember.
CJ for 5. Hail Ryan. Who would you like to run Star Wars? Sharmino Bajinoy or Barbara Hambly? Well, I mean, Barbara Hambly.
I mean, her books aren't that great.
Historically made some of the most hated Star Wars books out there. Children of the Jedi was her, I think.
Crystal Star.
Yeah. Who is she?
She's a Star Wars author from the 90s.
She wrote the Darksaber trilogy. So you got Children of the Jedi, Darksaber, and Crystal Star.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Crystal Star is famously one of the worst EU books ever produced.
Darksaber kills Prix Madine. Spoiler alert.
Wait, Planet of Twilight was her, right? As well.
Oh no, wait. Sorry, yeah, Twilight. She wrote Twilight.
Yeah, I don't think she did Crystal Star. That was somebody else. Anyway, but I do think there was actually a couple short stories she wrote and things from the Mos Eisley Cantina or Tales from Jabba's Palace or whatever that I liked. Either way, her.
Vonda McIntyre. That was
yes, that's Crystal Star. But yes, I'd rather Barbara Hambly do it, even though I wasn't the biggest fan of some of her books. Roland New for 5. How much you want to bet they'll make Bastila and Revan a dyad if they ever go the Old Republic route? I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest.
Not surprised at all.
I guess the dyad's a thing now. You got to fucking
I hate the fucking dyad.
Show that it's happened in other times in history.
Yeah, anytime someone forms a force bond with someone, it has to be a dyad.
Yeah, I guess.
Which is
I
gonna
haven't
be,
even thought about that. I've just been
which is
thinking
gonna
about how
be
much they're going to make.
interesting if they ever try to adapt KOTOR 2, because Mitra Surik's whole gimmick is actually force bonds with everyone.
Yeah,
It's
I
actually
think that I've been too focused on, are they going to turn Revan into a transgender man or something or whatever?
Or just
Huh?
genuinely make
Probably.
Revan a woman.
Every
They
time
could.
he
Yeah,
switched
just
sides,
just
he
gender
switched gender.
swap him.
They could easily make him non-binary and like try to explain it away, like, oh well, look, you could choose your gender. Fuck you.
Inclusion, woohoo!
CJ for $5. If they make an NJO movie where they switch Borsk Phalia from a Bothan to a white man,
Well, they'll just make him a straight up Trump allegory. Orange fur, a little bit of white down below.
the thing is, they kind of had that senator in that counselor, whoever the fuck that was in the Ahsoka series.
That one retard. Yeah.
Yeah, they basically made him be like the stand-in Borsk Phalia.
Yeah, he's kind of bargain bin Borskfalia.
Yeah, he was an Asian man, though, I believe.
Yeah, stop that Asian hate, Disney. What are you doing?
East Coast Toasty Boy for $5. What if Finn escapes to the unknown regions to dodge raising the kid with Poe so they can both be a gay couple together?
When I first saw this, when I started laughing, and I had to like make sure I didn't make any noise.
Finn is going for cigarettes and it ends up at the rims. Oh God.
Went for cigarettes and ended up in the Chiss Empire.
At this point, I'm all for them making all like the bad ideas we can think about. Please make a what did they call that? Storm Pilot? Was that the name of that ship?
Oh yes, the ship between
the
the
shippers.
It's so dumb.
The shippers who wanted Finn and Poe to clap each other's cheeks. Storm Pilot.
Yeah, it's like instead of forming relationships in real life, let's focus on relationships of fictional characters because we're weird. Speaking of which, I gotta ask you guys: do you remember the interview that I can't remember who that guy was? It Steel Wars? Like someone asked Daisy Ridley about Raylo, and
yeah, I think it was
gave,
him.
like, the best answer possible. She said, "Yeah, I don't really like it. It's kind of weird." And that was the moment when I was like,
and he looked sad. He looked old.
He was so sad because he gave her like the pedo eyes. Like, do you like it? Do you enjoy the shipping? And then when
he was so excited to ask that question, he's like, "She's gotta be in it."
She's 100% into it, guys. I can get her into me.
I can fix her.
Why don't you love me?
But no, all of those fans are just, it's the Twilight fans moving on to a different franchise.
Yes,
they're not fans. They're not fans. They're
Well,
consumers.
just the entire shipping crowd. It's they go from one franchise to another, just making relationships where they don't exist.
I had people in groups on Facebook. There was an administrator who asked, "What would you prefer? That they stopped making bad or just making quality Star Wars and made a lot less, or just kept on, throwing out shit?" And many people said throwing out shit. And I'm just like, you're not Star Wars fans. What are you doing here? None of you have any love for this. Why are you in here? I cannot understand.
Well, I can see the reasoning for throwing out shit, because right now you got two different types of Star Wars. You've got 20th century Star Wars and you've got Disney Star Wars. Disney Star Wars is pretty much everything involved with Dave Filoni and the current and everything up to current crap. And then 20th century Star Wars is basically end of, say, New Jedi Order, everything like right around the time the prequels came out that was in existence. So you can sort of headcanon two separate IPs, as it were. Yeah. And if someone were to, say, buy all of the 20th century material, like the studio itself, and get all of their cast-offs, and then make a deal with, say, Bob Iger to get all of the Disney stuff or the Star Wars stuff that is no longer canon, they could technically create an alternate Star Wars IP.
Yeah. Maybe. Or a real Star Wars IP, because I do not
or the true.
Yeah,
Star Wars
I do not consider
call it classic Star Wars versus Disney Star Wars.
I don't. It's just no. It's no.
Blue-Eyed Scorpio for $5 says, apparently a month ago, Adam Driver took a jab at wokeness, killing Han Solo on SNL. I just saw it a couple days ago. Don't remember it being mentioned. Well, I didn't talk about it because he wasn't taking a shot at Disney Star Wars. He was taking a shot at like the joke was about fans who said that like wokeness is killing Star Wars. Like that's what the joke is about. You know what I mean? It's just a thing he did on SNL. Where I think he said he was like doing a little monologue. He's like, stop walking up to me on the street and telling me I killed Han Solo. Wokeness killed Han Solo. Shit like that.
Is that what he calls his lightsaber? Wokeness?
Maybe.
But it's all telling that the main characters of Star Wars haven't spent the past 10 years just being out there and saying, I was in Star Wars, I was in Star Wars. It's like they're ashamed. They don't talk about it. They don't want anything to do with it. They are ashamed of what they created or helped create. Right? Harrison Ford and the others talked about it for 20, 30 years. You know?
Well, I mean, I always remember that that on-stage interview. I was probably at Celebration or whatever, where they're asking him the question of what is the takeaway from current Star Wars, and he says for some people it might be this or this, or for some people it might be nothing. And then everyone in the crowd laughs at him, and he's just sitting there like, no, seriously, some people might take nothing away from this new stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
It's like at that point, I felt bad for him.
But I guess that does kind of bring up what Daisy Ridley said in an interview this week when asked, basically set up. They try to bait her into going after fans by presenting it. You know, there's been a lot of sexist backlash against Sharmino Obaid-Chinoy. For some reason, these fans don't want a female directing Star Wars, even though there's been a couple of Mandalorian, blah, blah, blah. You know, what's your take on that, Daisy? And she's like, well, be honest, I think things get blown out of proportion. I've never felt anything but welcomed here. And it was awesome when I got up on stage. You know, everybody made me feel great when they announced that I was coming back. And essentially refused to take the media's bait and kind of stood up for a Star Wars fan base that is usually beat down by anyone associated with Lucasfilm. I liked what she said. I thought it was perfect. I don't think it's anything special. I think that's exactly what people should be saying. That's the respect you should be giving fans across pretty much any project you're doing. It just happens so rarely, especially with anything involving Disney now.
The thing is, it's not like we don't want a woman to direct. We don't want that woman. We don't want that kind of woman to direct. We want a woman that understands what Star Trek is and what it is supposed to be.
Yeah, I hope.
Even Star Wars.
I would love someone who only knows Star Trek to direct Star Wars. It would be awesome.
That would certainly be an improvement.
I mean,
I give Terry Matalas a shot.
Patty Jenkins is a good director.
Exactly.
You know, she understands. At least it seems like she understands Star Wars. But just
there wasn't a backlash to the Patty Jenkins announcement.
No, there wasn't. I didn't see
because one, we hadn't seen Wonder Woman 1984 yet.
True.
That's part of it.
That's part of it.
That's part of it. But also because the announcement wasn't like, I can't wait to finally bring a uterus to the galaxy far, far. Like, that's not what it was.
No.
It was her telling a story about, hey, my dad was a fighter pilot and he ended up giving his life in service to this country. And I always really wanted to tell a story about a fighter pilot in some way, but I could really never find the avenue. But then Star Wars came along and I get to combine these two things that I really love, you know, fighter pilot stories and Star Wars. And we're going to do, you know, Rogue Squadron. It's like, that's fucking cool. Like that's a story, like something she's passionate about, a story that she wants to tell within the universe. And it wasn't all about fucking female empowerment.
Yeah, exactly. She just talked about it like it was just like her next project. She didn't say like, "Oh, I'm a woman and I'm going to be the first woman director for Star Wars." No, she talked about it like it was just like a project that she was going to be directing.
Had this Shinoy woman come out and said, "Listen, I am honored to take this job. I know it's a big job. I am going to do the best I can to make the movie as good as I possibly can within whatever budget I have." Nobody would have better than I, but she couldn't keep her fucking feminist mouth shut. She just couldn't. It's like a switch in these women. Boop, and then I have to be disgusting now. Just say, I will do my best job, whatever I can do to make this the best movie possible. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this for the fans. Nobody would care. Everybody would say, okay, good, let's give her a chance. That's all they need to do.
Or maybe she said something about Star Wars in like some way. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. I like all the Star Wars.
I've never heard her talk about Star Wars. I've only heard her talk about her being a woman getting to direct Star Wars.
The one who's doing the Rey movie?
Yeah.
And how she wants to make men uncomfortable.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's from 8 years ago, and like it's still fucking shitty. But it should be put in perspective that clip is from 8 years ago when she's being interviewed about her documentaries that are basically about Muslim women getting fucking abused by Muslim men, like acid thrown on them, like shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with all that being said, if you take those comments of her, and if you take it combined with what she said like 8 months ago, which is that she's an activist first and that she puts activism in all of her things that she does, you combine those things, it's like, yeah, I don't want this person anywhere near Star Wars.
No. And if she put activism in her documentaries, fine, that's what it's supposed to be, but not in this. Just say you are happy to be here. I will do the best I can, and everybody would be happy.
If what you do is making documentaries about like good causes, then great, that's your calling. But just because you're good at one thing doesn't automatically make you great for something else, and that's our biggest problem. And I gotta say, like the way that those interviewers asked Daisy that question, it was so blatant that they were baiting her, just like trying to say something mean about the fans, say it, Daisy, say it. It reminds me, and Razor Fist brought this up on FNT, but it reminds me of that one panel where Bret Hart was being interviewed about WrestleMania 4 and 5 that was hosted by Donald Trump. And this very, very obnoxious British guy is just baiting him, say something mean about Trump, say how he was a bad person. And Bret Hart, with the best answer, says, oh, he was actually kind of cool. He was a big fan. I just thought, man, you are the man, Bret. You are the man. But, it's just, that's the name of the game with modern day journalism, just trying to bait people into attacking the fans and attacking certain people for their agenda.
Just,
no wonder they just fired 20,000 of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was going to say, we do have a little bit of good news on that front.
It's like the same with the guy who asked this MMA fighter, and yes, I'm an ally, and just get pounded into the ground. Or the other journalist who asked Mads Mikkelsen, where they just made a movie about 18th century Denmark, right?
Yeah.
Why is there no diversity? And Mads Mikkelsen just looks at him like he's a fucking retard. This is 18th century Denmark. Not a lot of diversity here, mate.
Yeah, I hate to bring it to you, but in certain places of the world, they're dominated by very specific ethnic groups.
I can't believe there wasn't more black people in Godzilla -1.
Well, don't forget we've been lied to for the last 5 years and told that everything was ruled by non-white people. So
yeah, Vikings were black.
Yeah, too many non-white people were killed in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's true. The Latin population or whatever for Grace Randolph. Yeah, she would have wanted to see white people get killed, I believe.
Yeah.
That would have been fine. But
I don't celebrate anybody losing their job, but at the same time, I don't shed any tears when all you actively do is try to divide us along these arbitrary lines. It's just this is why you lose your job. People are sick of it.
Ryan, there's another TV show
to what Mr. J said, that UFC interview, there was two of them. There was one with Dana White, and then there was one with Sean Strickland, and it was basically both of them are looking at these Canadian, quotes reporters who are asking them these super fucking woke questions, and they just go, like, you can see it as soon as Dana hears the word homophobia, his eyes just go fucking dead, like he's done with this fucking conversation.
The MMA guy just said to the reporter, "You're a fucking beta male. You're a fucking cuck. You're
he just insulted the shit out of him.
Weak. Look at you. You're the reason that everything goes to shit in the West.
And he's right.
Yeah, we're in the business of having dudes and women fight for the entertainment of others. We're not here to make obnoxious social statements.
Well, to be fair, Sean Strickland's not for women fighting. He fucking thinks women's UFC is fucking pointless.
Based.
Yeah.
Based.
By the way, Ryan, did you see? There's another TV show coming that's going to make you a lot of money. Or Iron Fist is going to be relaunched.
I heard a new rumor that they're going to do an Iron Fist show or something, but it's going to be a female Iron Fist.
I tagged the article of it on Twitter.
Let me see.
You can see it there.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, and I just found out while I was on my Christmas vacation. Stargate has not escaped this. There was a web series called Stargate Origins that was wrapped up into a movie called Stargate Origins Catherine. If you have Amazon Prime and you want to cringe yourself to death, go and watch this movie and understand why it is such shit.
And why nobody knows about it.
And why nobody knows about it.
And nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like
It's just
20 years ago, Star Trek Discovery would have been canceled after 1 season, but because it's modern day, it got 5 seasons.
Listen, they canceled Star Trek Enterprise after 4 seasons, and the last season was actually really, 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 really good.
Yeah, that's
compared to Discovery. Compared to Discovery, that show was a fucking masterpiece. And the first 2 seasons are dog shit. And they canceled it after 4 seasons, but Discovery, which is pure puke, just put a couple of million extra in it, just. And now they're going to do to Iron Fist. Iron Fist is dog show from the get-go because Danny Rand he's just a little beta cock, right? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, so this is the thing that's been going on the past day or two. A new project for Iron Fist is rumored to be in development with a woman in the main role. Finn Jones could potentially return as Danny Rand, but he won't be the main Iron Fist going forward in the MCU.
Of course.
I feel like the very end of Iron Fist, didn't Colleen get powers?
I think so.
At like the end of that fucking series or something. I feel like it was, and they were white, right? I feel like I'm thinking. It's been a long fucking time, and I kind of hated Iron Fist.
I hated it because he was such a cock.
I remember watching Gary talk about it, and yeah, I'm pretty sure Colleen got powers, and she became like the Iron Fist.
Yeah, and I mean, I think she has in the comics been Iron Fist at different times. I'm pretty sure Colleen got the powers. But I don't. The way it's described doesn't make it sound like it's her. It makes it sound like it's a random person. But who fucking knows? Danielle says, "Yep, she had a white
chicken
fist.
and make her lame and gay."
She had a white fist. Isn't that just Rule 34ing it?
Maybe.
Oh, don't Google it.
Well, I mean, they can't get it from her because she got it from Danny Rand, who's a blonde white guy.
Didn't she take it from what's that guy's name? Fucking Davos or
Davos, I think it is. I think it's Davos.
Well, like that fucking series really runs together for me. But his fucking friend, who he like grew up with, who wanted to be the Iron Fist initially, didn't he take it and then she took it from him or something like that, right?
I think so. Yeah,
Something.
I think so.
Yeah. I need to rewatch. I actually should rewatch all of that shit.
I only watched 1 episode.
Wait, including the Defenders?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should rewatch all. Like that sucked. But
I watched Defenders.
I didn't like Defenders at all. So for me, I thought Daredevil was fucking awesome. All 3 seasons are awesome.
Season 1 of Luke Cage.
Season 1 of Luke Cage
Jessica Jones
is okay.
The first
Season
part
1
of
Jessica
Luke Cage
Jones was fantastic.
The first half of Luke Cage was good. The second half sucked dick.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah.
Like Cottonmouth. The part with Cottonmouth.
Yes. I liked the first season of Jessica Jones. I kind of hated the second, if I remember.
And
I didn't watch the second. As soon as David Tennant was dead, I was like, I'm out.
Oh, David Tennant was so good in that show.
But then like Defenders, I fucking hated Defenders. I don't know what it was. And Iron Fist it didn't fucking piss me off. I just wasn't interested in it. But Defenders was like just a shit show. It was not a good combination. I don't know why.
I like Defenders. It was okay for me.
I thought the Punisher was a disappointment. I wish we could get a good live action Punisher.
Oh wait, I like the Punisher.
I liked it too.
I like Punisher season 1. Season 2 is shit.
I got a confession to make. I've actually never seen Daredevil.
Oh,
you probably should.
Oh, you have something to look forward to.
Is it on Netflix?
You go watch it.
Well, hold on. If you've never seen Daredevil, you got to start with the one with Colin Farrell.
No. Oh, you mean yeah. Oh,
no.
God.
Don't you mean the one played by Ben Affleck?
And then follow that up with the Elektra movie.
Yep.
So is Daredevil on Netflix or is it on somewhere else?
Well, it was
It
on
used
Netflix.
to be
I
on
don't know where it is
Netflix.
now.
I think it's on Disney Plus now.
Oh God, no!
Or Hulu.
You can just order it off of Amazon.
Piracy.
Or the Sale of the Seas, yes.
But yeah, you should definitely watch it though. It's some of the best live action comic book content that I think we've ever had, period.
I like the original Punisher movie. That was pretty good.
Yeah, the original Punisher movie. Yeah, it was actually really good.
Warzone had potential, but I feel like they made Frank Castle a fucking idiot.
I didn't see that one.
No, I didn't see that one either.
Because it's like, so he's 4 years into being the Punisher, and he makes a rookie mistake killing an undercover cop, especially when he's got a guy on the inside. So I'm not buying it that he would make that kind of mistake.
Well, hold on.
Like if it's his first year, he doesn't have an insider, and he's still operating heavily on emotion, then I could understand him making a mistake like that.
But I disagree. How many times do cops try and pull guns and arrest each other because they don't even know they're undercover?
We're not talking about cops. I'm talking about the Punisher. I'm talking about Frank Castle.
So the cops don't even know who's undercover. How is Frank going to know who's undercover?
Because he is very methodical. He plans out everything he does.
But your justification
he would absolutely
was someone
know.
on the inside.
If he's operating in that region, we're looking at him operating in that region towards the end of his time there, which means he's been there for a while. He knows his surroundings. He would have planned out that any sort of operation going on there. There's no way he wouldn't have known that guy was undercover.
I'm just saying it's possible.
I know if you're basing it on reality, sure, but we're not basing the Punisher on reality. The Punisher is the embodiment of when people say, well, if you kill someone, you're just replacing a murderer with another murderer. But the Punisher is like, yeah, but if I kill 100 bad people, that's 99 less killers in the world.
So it's we should be basing it. It should be reality.
Yeah, now it's just turned into, oh my God, I can't believe these cops are wearing the Punisher logo. They just really want to go and kill a bunch of people, don't they?
Like they haven't been doing that for the last 20 years.
East Coast Toasty Boy for 5, but if they made a real Star Wars IP, no one would pay attention to KK's female supremacist canon IP anymore.
Good thing.
Yeah, to me, that's one of the reasons that they decided to put an end to the EU. Not only because of possible confusion and blah blah blah. I really think they didn't want stories being told that people could so easily compare to the shit that was currently ongoing.
Not just the EU, but LucasArts as well.
Yeah.
Because the game stories are better than fucking Disney Star Wars too.
Oh yeah, dude. As mid as Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order were, they were better than any movies I've seen.
I actually agree with you, Reefer. Of all the things Disney has, or at least produced since they took over Star Wars, the one thing that I've kind of enjoyed is Fallen Order, and mostly because of the gameplay.
And that wasn't even Disney; that was EA. It was Respawn.
Yeah, it was Respawn. But again, like I said, I mostly just enjoyed it for the gameplay. I didn't really care about the story because it's another Jedi surviving Order 66. Haven't seen that before, but I do enjoy the gameplay. Yeah, sure, it's a Dark Souls clone, but if you're going to clone anything Dark Souls, you can do a lot worse than Dark Souls.
That's not my criticism of the gameplay. It's baby's first Dark Souls, and so it's not even really a criticism. It's a good intro into the roguelike or the Souls-like game genre.
Souls-like format in terms of the combat, in terms of the the campfire kind of save points and uncovering the map and shit. But at the same time, it's significantly easier than Dark Souls, And
it has an easy mode.
I will say there are things I like and dislike about both of them, but I did enjoy the fucking blaster combat in Jedi Survivor. You can't beat that fucking parry because you can get it set up to where it parries bosses and you just become broken.
I hear it. Whose dog is that?
Probably mine.
Oh, Bagels.
I hear it. He got that dog in him over there.
I had to yell at Chris for a second. I was like, wait, he's muted.
We all know there's only one Star Wars game to play. It's Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. Right? That's the only. That's all you need.
Jedi Academy.
And Jedi Academy.
I
Now
do
you
like
can
the
play
lightsaber
Force
combat
Unleashed.
in
Can
the
play
Revenge of
Force
the Sith
Unleashed.
game.
No,
But
not
Jedi
can
Outcast-
play Force Unleashed. Should play Force Unleashed.
No, but I would rather play Jedi Knight Outcast again, just from the beginning.
I'm not like some massive Force Unleashed fan.
I love
I'm
that.
not either.
I like it. But
I liked him.
you know,
I don't see a problem with
Jedi
him.
Knight
I'm
2
not.
is just Jedi Knight 2 is my jam. I've had this. The game has been installed on my computer for like 25 years now. Straight
Well,
up.
I mean, Force Unleashed falls into that trap of Jedi surviving Order 66.
Yeah.
What pissed me off about Jedi Unleashed is, sorry,
And there being multiple dark side Force users violating the rule of 2. It has issues.
I hated how they made Vader a bitch in that. Like, you beat him up like so easily in Force Unleashed. That took me out of it.
Yeah, so I do have some problems with like his insane power level in general.
Yeah.
But more so just because they really went for it's fun to play it and it looks fucking awesome and shit like that. But if you got this guy to do all these things, why is it taking me like 3 lightsaber hits to like kill a stormtrooper? You know what I mean? Like just really stupid things that don't make sense in the universe.
Beskar armor, Ryan.
Well, I mean, it's that thing that they would do. They would take an existing game and give it a Star Wars skin. So that's basically God of War, but Star Wars.
Kind of, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but that's what makes it fun, and I don't care.
Yeah, but the game was actually fun.
Yeah,
it is a lot of fun. I just mean like from like a story perspective,
from
like,
a lore perspective, yeah.
From a story perspective, and from like a should a lightsaber behave like this? I was like, oh come on, like kind of rolling my eyes.
Yeah, the general dilution over time of what a lightsaber is.
Yeah, as opposed to Jedi Knight, where it's very you can control a lot of what you're doing in the moves that you're making and shit like that. You can control the type of style you're using, and when you hit somebody with it, it fucking hurts. Like you can one shot,
slice them apart.
Yeah, you can one shot. Like when you're dueling with super powerful, you can fucking one shot him if you hit him in the right spot. Or if you get hit, it's a bad fucking day. For sure. And yeah, you can slice stormtroopers' fucking arms off and shit in it, which is good.
Not bad for considering the time it was made in.
Yeah, exactly. And I would still hold that lightsaber combat up to the stuff in Jedi Survivor, even though Jedi Survivor is like super slick. You know what I mean? Like it's very fluid and looks cool as shit. I still really like the Jedi Knight.
I just played Jedi Academy recently, and it still holds up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's good. For those who care, the Kansas City Chiefs are marching down the field. Looks like they might convert on this 3rd down. Oh man, they just got stuffed on 3rd and 2. So we'll
I'm okay with that. Did they show Taylor Swift after it with a look of disappointment?
I don't know. I didn't catch it.
Damn.
Oh, I am a little bit behind. Hold on. Let me get back to live. Did they convert on 4th down or something? I don't know. Mr. J, what'd they do? They did. They converted on.
They converted on.
You're typing. You could have just said it.
Typing doesn't interrupt people speaking.
That's true. That is very true. But yeah, Kansas City Chiefs are driving down the field. Also, I thought it was interesting. Just wanted to mention this briefly because I'm sure everybody here has one streaming service, except maybe Reefer, who literally pirates everything in his life.
You fucking right about that.
That's right. But a couple years ago, you saw almost every single Hollywood studio go all in on streaming. They thought, hey, people are going to be there for COVID, blah, blah, blah. Like, let's do it. And it has been a nightmare for them. With the exception of Netflix, almost everyone is losing billions of dollars on streaming. Disney lost about $2.5 billion in 2023. Peacock announced they lost $2.7 billion. Paramount Plus lost somewhere above $1 billion as well. You're talking about massive, massive fucking losses for all these people who thought streaming was going to be the next big thing. And it's
because you're basically just archiving movies for digital distribution. Netflix has the advantage of first in, best dressed. So a lot of people wanted to go with them. Therefore, they had a lot of desirable properties and a lot of subscribers, which helps them maintain their distribution rights and their server space. A lot of these other companies don't really have that sort of thing, and they have to struggle just to get things on there that people want to watch.
Well, Netflix had an advantage in that they were streaming services before streaming services. I'm
Correct.
not going to
They
ask
were
what
on demand
happened
on cable.
Yeah, well,
Or
not even that.
they
Even
had
before
rental
that.
shit.
My dad had the original Netflix, and it was the coolest shit ever because each week you'd get mailed like 2 or 3 movies, and then you could set up movie nights. Right? It was to your front door Redbox or to your mailbox Redbox.
Yeah.
And he got because he was on that, he got grandfathered into $5 a month for so fucking long on Netflix. It was incredible. He might still have it to this day because he has never lapsed on it. Because my dad's a big movie guy. But when I moved out, I stopped watching movies. I like video games too much.
By the way, for those that care, Travis Kelce just scored a touchdown, and they showed Taylor Swift.
I just saw
Oh
her.
God.
There she is.
Why are they showing Plank on TV?
But yeah, so Kansas City up 7-0, and again, a lot of people hoping I would be wrong about my pick. Even in the chat here, it's not going to happen.
Did you pick City? Oh, sorry, did you pick the Chiefs?
Yeah, I picked the Chiefs.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, baby.
To be
You
fair,
picked the Chiefs before the season.
I picked the Chiefs and the Niners Super Bowl before the season. That was my pick. So, I think it's gonna happen. But yeah, there's just, and what they all decided to do, all these different streaming services popped up, and Netflix was doing it the right way. They were fucking buying things that already had, hey, 7 seasons of this random show. Bring it on over here. We'll put it on our platform. Oh, fucking 9 seasons of The Office. Here, put it on here. Oh, this series of random movies. Okay, well, we'll buy the rights to that so you can watch it on here. Now everyone taking all their shit back, but that's not enough. They need new content to keep people fucking subscribed. So they pour $200 million into this project or that project or that project. Not picking and choosing. Not doing, hey, let's take a look at 10 pilots, but just saying, hey, all these 10 series, let's go. We need new content for people. And they have been
that's going to be the death of them.
Hand over fist. All of them are fucking hurting like this. Ultimately, I think that this goes on for another year or so, and we start to see some actual fucking mergers or people shut down their streaming services or sell their streaming service to other places. And
Mergers, at the end of the day, most likely.
Yeah.
Well, I think for sure we're going to see a merger between Paramount and someone else. Potentially Warner Brothers.
Less a merger, more a larger company absorbing a smaller company, like Amazon absorbing Tubi or something like that.
Yeah, and because I think Paramount is for sure going to get into business with someone else, and that streaming service is going to turn into.
If I had to guess, I'd say
Max
probably Max. Paramount's most likely to go with Max as their merging partner.
And
I think so.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. But what I was going to say is another problem with all these streaming services is there's just too many now, and a lot of them just don't have the content that will encourage people to subscribe to them. So honestly, for me, I don't really buy a lot of streaming services. I just share passwords with people. The only one that I actually pay for is Peacock because it has. As shitty as WWE is, it's like an abusive relationship. You just can't leave it. But,
well, now you're going to need to get Netflix.
Yeah.
So,
and also, like you said, Paramount is most likely going to merge with Warner Brothers because let's be honest, there's almost nothing of value on Paramount Plus. If it wasn't for old school Star Trek, I wouldn't use that service at all. Nobody uses Tubi.
I think so. Paramount does have what I think are some desirable properties, specifically.
Like the Sheridan verse.
Well, they do have that, but more so, I'm thinking for families because they have all the Nickelodeon shit on Paramount.
Yeah,
I think they own all the rights to SpongeBob's, all that fucking shit. A lot of stuff for kids, I do think they don't have the rights to, which might be desirable for some other people to go and grab. But I really think we're going to see Netflix has won the streaming war.
Yeah,
Like,
they
Oh, yeah,
absolutely have.
They won it before it even started.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, like, I gotta say, for something like Disney Plus, why would someone subscribe to that when most likely all the stuff that you'd want to watch on that streaming service, a lot of people already own on physical media, and the new stuff that's exclusive to Disney Plus is terrible. Like, there is not a
Yeah, but
single good MCU show on that streaming service.
how many young people have DVD players?
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
I'm old, so I don't count.
Nah.
So listen, I am the exception here. I have one built into my fucking computer because I refuse to let it go. I am an autistic nerd on the internet, though. I am not the average person.
You're not the only
I can
one.
tell you right now, looking at my town, because it's like small scale demographic changes happening that I see happening on a bigger scale everywhere, is the young people are more fascinated with the smart technology. The younger people. I'm not talking like Gen Z. I'm talking like younger millennials and that kind of age bracket. They're fascinated with this shit, but none of them know how it fucking works. So they're all gonna get into they don't get DVD players like their parents did, right? Physical media is dying.
They're
Well, I mean,
taking it
their
out
game
of.
system.
Yeah,
Your game system is your
Xbox
player.
announced that they don't have physical media anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like your game system is a player, but the game systems are going away from physical shit as well. Best Buy
Walmart
and
and
Walmart
Best Buy.
are not going to carry physical media anymore.
Xbox
Like-
is getting rid of their physical media manufacturing department.
Yeah, and they're shutting
No.
down a couple other divisions. Like I think the
Yeah.
overall layoffs for that are like 3,000.
Yeah. Now, to be fair to Microsoft, what they could do is they could be planning to outsource it to something similar to limited run games, where you have a limited physical run. People who want the disc can buy the disc. But guess what? Day one patches exist. Always online single player games exist. At this point, the trend is that you are not going to own your media anymore.
You
Well,
already
it'll
don't.
be like vinyl.
That's exactly what Ubisoft said. We got to get gamers
You are
used
not
to
going
not
to own
owning
your
a
media
game.
anymore. I will own my shit forever because I have a stack of fucking HD DVDs with all my fucking games on them.
But I mean, like, it's the same thing with vinyl. Vinyl was big, it was the thing, and then it got sort of phased out, and now it's more seen as like a retro hobby collector thing. Physical media will just become that.
Vinyl was selling more than they did for the past 35 years.
Exactly, and
But
there will come a time where, physical media will bounce back in their sales. People will want it because it's a retro thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, it's not just Ubisoft, right? Because Capcom, Konami, they're all doing the same thing. There's not a single company, a AAA company that isn't doing that. And even some of the smaller devs are starting to make games where you have to be online. And of course, they're smaller devs, so they don't have the same type of security to prevent, we'll say, the hacks from making it offline. Because we're seeing that now with all the games that need mods, like all the Street Fighter games that are getting censored by Western media. Like there was an article, I'm trying to remember where I read it, where the Japanese companies are saying before they even ship to America, they're being told they have to censor the game to release it here.
This is actually one of the things that I really like about the Ronald Moore Battlestar Galactica. If you guys remember that from 2003,
I do.
It was their defense against these high-tech digital machines that were killing them was to make everything analog, was to go back in technology.
Right. That's actually something that Mass Effect explores. Like the reason why AI research is outlawed in that universe is because the last time they tried that, it spawned a whole race of machines that want to kill everyone.
I just wanted to bring that up.
But hey, we're using AI right now.
My ultimate point is, for all that I was saying. Sorry, I'm fucking stoned. I can't say that.
That's okay. I'm not, and my brain is still shot.
We are just assuming you're living in Colorado. That means it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's legal where I'm at. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'm not doing this shit dumb. Fucking. At this point, if purchasing your media means you don't own it, then piracy is not theft.
I mean, if I don't know what I buy, I don't give them my money. That's, if I have to get used to not owning what I buy, they have to get used to, well, not getting my money because I'm in charge. I call the shots, whether they like it or not.
Like, if you want to go a layer deeper, Louis Rossmann had a fantastic video on Netflix, and their service. He paid more so that he could get a high bit rate 4K picture when he was watching his shit. Went to play it through his laptop, and it wasn't working. Went to play it through his desktop, it wasn't working. He was getting low bit rate 720p, right? He come to find out that buried in Netflix's terms of service, when you purchase that plan, you can't do it with an AMD processor whatsoever. You can't get that picture. And you won't get that picture unless you're using, or he was watching on a smart TV. That's what it was. Unless you're using Netflix's app. He just went to the website because he doesn't download apps. And he figured out a backdoor and got it to work because he fixes this shit for a living, like actually on a board level. He's a genius. But so he was paying the premium price to get the premium product, but because he wasn't doing it using the media or viewing the media the way Netflix wanted him to, he wasn't actually receiving that premium product. So I mean, and his point at the end of the video was, why would I ever pay for a service that is worse than what I can get for free?
Exactly. To go back to the subject of the subscription services, the streamers, Amazon kind of has it figured out because they're already doing commercials, and they already have all the people that they like. The smaller thing that they merged with are just subscriptions on the Prime Video. So you have the Prime Video main subscription, and then if you want, say, Adult Swim or Showcase or Food Network or HGTV or even Global, which has the beloved Robin Hood on it.
Yeah.
That's a separate subscription.
Yeah, and they have like they do. You can get a bunch of other streaming, like they've got a Paramount Plus thing on there that you can get your shit through theirs, which is kind of weird.
And that's kind of what it will become. It'll just become cable again.
Yeah.
I think everything will just we'll have like 4 streaming services when it's all said and done. It'll be like Netflix, Disney Plus / Hulu will eventually just all be rolled up into one thing.
They'll merge. Max and probably Amazon.
Max and like Paramount and somebody else, and then Amazon. And a couple of these companies will acquire the rights to every other streaming thing. Peacock will eventually go away, and like that'll be maybe brought up into Max or something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But until then, they're sitting here losing billions of dollars while people pay more than they were paying for cable for all the fucking streaming services.
I'm on Reaper's level. I don't pay for anything. Well, I technically pay for one service, but
I mean, I go on Amazon and buy what I like on physical media. That's what I do.
And I live right next to a used bookstore that sells DVDs and Blu-rays, so I just buy stuff from there.
Well, Amazon Prime, Amazon Prime was so easy for so long because I've had Amazon Prime since like they made it a feature to get shit delivered to me in a day or two or whatever it was. The free 2-day delivery is how it initially started.
Yeah.
And it also came with access to Prime Video, whatever the fuck that was, which like nobody really cared about for a long ass time. And then everybody started going really hard into streaming.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to aren't they going to start charging more for Prime Video now?
Probably.
I think so. It would
as physical media gets phased out, they will probably start charging more for Prime Video.
Yeah, they got to find a way to fund Rings of Power Season 2.
Like I go to Walmart near my house, and they still have a small video section, and they'll still put stuff up. Like just this week, Oppenheimer came out, so I grabbed a copy of that in 4K. So they're still putting out some physical media.
I could go to my local hypermarket, and they'll have a electronics department with like 400 or 500 different titles, so no problem.
That's the same thing. Yeah.
By the way, Baltimore Ravens did score on a blown play where Lamar Jackson scrambled around, fucking hurled the ball down the field. So it's tied up 7-7.
Yeah.
Did they show Taylor Swift looking disappointed?
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
No,
They should just make Taylor Swift assistant coach.
You know, it might actually be entertaining.
Make her the head coach.
Just tell the players, if you win, I'll show you some nudes. You'll win 80,
All the AI.
Yeah, all the
AI.
AI. that are already up there.
Win
I feel like this was me getting railed by Kermit.
I think the one of Oscar
if
the
she's black or
Grouch.
Chinese.
The Oscar the Grouch one is crazy.
I haven't seen the Oscar the Grouch one. I've only seen the Kermit.
Yeah, just getting.
You know, I
flogged
haven't
by
seen
Oscar
any of it, but all
on a
I've seen
pile
are
of
the memes
trash.
about it.
I haven't seen any.
Have you guys seen on Twitter? There's like this account that uses AI art to create like these images of Rey as Luke's maid. It's so funny.
Yeah, people get really.
I've seen
triggered by
those.
it.
I mean, if she looked like that, I mean.
Cobra Clutch for $2 says, "Hi Ryan, hello there, Cobra Clutch."
Hello there.
Hello there.
Oh, I was gonna
General
say
Kenobi.
like
What?
you. It just said hi, so I'm like, it has to be something you want me to look at other than that. And it's Big Mike Obama with me and Jeremy. Hold on, can I get that to be? There we go. That's a little bigger. There you go. Thank you,
Totally
Cobra
accurate.
Clutch.
Our video glasses.
Looks very realistic.
I see nothing photoshopped about that picture at all.
Nope.
No, 100% legit.
There you go. Big Mike Obama. Well, guys, we've been going about an hour and a half now. I know a lot of you guys have, whether it's Twitter accounts or YouTube channels or what that you guys run. So what I want you guys to do, people that are watching the chat, please go also support and subscribe to these awesome people that are here joining me each and every last Sunday of the month. The next stream will be February 25th. I think I already looked it up. It's 4 weeks from now. So another one that'll sneak up quick on a fucking short month. But but Reefer, you still doing Twitter from the shitter?
I sure am. That's all I do. Like it's a fucking mudslide if you see a tweet from me. That's what was happening. Just know. Like there wasn't any intelligent thought happening. They're
That's
all
good to
shit
prepare
posts.
people.
Yeah.
Literal
it
shit
wasn't
posts.
Yeah, I'm not here to be serious on Twitter. There's no fucking point. But I don't tweet that often because I'm usually at work most days. So
That's all right.
once
I don't tweet often either. I probably should.
like
though.
yeah, just word to the wise. Once you log off the internet, it doesn't exist. Right? And
What exists, it just doesn't bother you.
Yeah, focus on what's going on around you, interact with people around you, and your life will be much, much better. Trust me. I had to learn that one the hard way.
There you go. And pirate everything you can.
Yes.
Sleazy, what do you got going on, man? I know you got a channel to promote too.
Yeah, so I got Sleets Society. I do videos Monday through Thursday. Fridays for the last few weeks have been Warhammer Rogue Trader, going over lore and making fun of Wokehammer because tourists suck.
Yes, they do.
There you go. And you just recently got back from a big trip as well, right?
Yeah, I just got back and I'm already planning the next one. Yes, so I went to the Philippines in December for 3 weeks. That was absolutely amazing. I did not see any crazy liberals. I did not see fat women. And yeah, it was absolutely fantastic.
There you go. Sounds nice. Patty, you usually don't have anything to plug, but
I do not have anything to plug for me, but in the spirit of talking about streaming services and Amazon, apparently Sound of Freedom is now available on Amazon Prime.
It has been. They actually advertised about a month ago. I feel like I saw it. They were advertising that. Yeah.
So anyone who has not seen Sound of Freedom and wants to watch it, go on Amazon Prime. Give it a look.
There you go. That is true. A big old plug for Jim Caviezel right there.
Yes.
Thanks, man. Thanks for being on. Sarah Tano rejoining us after a long hiatus. Do you have anything to promote?
Yeah, I haven't been here since August, I think. Yeah, so it's kind of hard getting back into things. Yeah, just my Twitter. That's really all that I've been doing since August. I haven't been doing anything else really. But yeah, just follow me on Twitter. And next time you have this live stream, hopefully I will have good things to say about the new Avatar series coming out, which I'm really excited for. Because Avatar is like one of my favorite TV shows. So either I'll be praising it or I'll be shitting on it. So hopefully it's the former.
There you go. Yeah, it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be on Netflix. It's February 22nd, I think it comes out. And not gonna lie, like when I saw the trailer, like I started like tearing up because I just thought it looked amazing.
I've heard good from people that are fans of it. I've heard good things of the trailer. So
yeah, it looks amazing. Like everything that I've envisioned from the cartoon has been brought to live action. It just looks so good. And hopefully it stays that way. Like hopefully, fingers crossed, it's good.
Nice. All right. Well, thanks for joining us again, Sarah. Yeah. Gabriel Knight, you got anything, buddy?
Got nothing to plug. Just thanks for having me on. But I will say I'm a Bengals fan, and you're never going to hear me say this, but go Ravens.
Oh, there you go. He's so tired of the Chiefs. So tired of the Chiefs. I'm all in on the Chiefs, man. I hope all of America's pissed off that Taylor Swift will be a part of the Super Bowl. Mr. J, as you're watching the game too, what do you got going on, man?
Not much. Reading articles, playing games, downloading a lot of movies lately.
Are you still on one of those fucking like vacations that people in Europe get? You guys never work or whatever, right?
No. I had the week off between Christmas and New Year's, and I don't have a lot. I got 3 weeks vacation in July or something like that. And then, of course, all the Easter holidays, bank holidays, we got like 6 or 7 of those too. But that's over a course of 2 months.
Nice. I was just giving you shit because I know people in Europe fucking get.
You're just jealous. Just.
I mean.
Just say, Jeremy, I want 3 weeks of fully paid vacation. It can't be that hard.
Well, my boss isn't Jeremy. My boss is me. So that's the problem. And I'm an asshole. So that makes it tough, but I'll think about it. Biggles, you got anything, man?
So I will be at MegaCon next week. I've had people asking me that. Yes, I will be at MegaCon next week. I will see Ryan next week. I'll see everybody else, but I do have a YouTube channel, and I put out a video today about this book 3 of Goblin Slayer side story, Dyed Katana. I actually changed how I did it, and I had a lot more fun making the video than I normally do. So if you want, check that out. And then I'm also on Kick, where I play video games. And since the Dragon Ball Super card game is now on a digital version, you'll probably see me play that a lot. So go ahead and click that button over there in the chat. So thank you.
There you go. Thank you, Biggles, and thanks for putting everybody's links in the chat as well. And last but not least, Grandmaster Chris.
I've got nothing. I'm just grinding, working, trying to get through my schoolwork. If you want to follow my channel, like. You'll usually be seeing me streaming whatever game I'm playing. As I said, I was recently playing through God of War Ragnarok. I'll probably start doing another playthrough of The Last of Us, the PS4 version, because I cannot wait for season 2 of the show. It's going to be a complete disaster. Abby Smash. I gotta mention, I was watching one video of the part in Last of Us when Joel gets impaled on the spike and whatnot, and the top comment is, "Tough guy, could probably withstand a golf club to the head."
Oh damn, that's good.
Yeah, I love that comment. And aside from that, like I'll just be watching the videos, supporting YouTubers I like, and aside from that, there's not really much to look forward to in 2024 aside from like Doom Part 2 and House of the Dragon, which I'm excited for.
That Dune bucket.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that Dune bucket. I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna come in that thing.
That looks like
it isn't.
It looked like a giant condom.
Oh,
Yeah,
What the hell were they
With teeth?
ribbed for your pleasure.
rib for your pleasure.
Yeah.
Ew.
But with that being said, I will be live in about 2 hours, about an hour 45 minutes over on the main channel for another live stream, the third live stream of the day. We got football, we got all that good shit going on. So again, thanks to all you guys for joining me. Please, everybody in the chat, go and subscribe and turn notifications on for all these guys. And I appreciate them coming on as always. We'll be right back here February 25th, which, actually, that's going to be an interesting. I have early tickets. I will probably do this stream. I don't know if I'll do my main stream, though, because I actually have an early showing of Dune Part 2 on February 25th, a couple days early.
What if we do it Saturday like we used to, and then you can do your early or your show earlier?
Maybe. Maybe I'll do a show on Sunday or Saturday.
Because you've never missed a Sunday show.
Well, I
Except
have.
for like once.
Oh, yes.
I have a handful of times, but not often, though. Maybe like
But
one
Dune
or two
Part
a
2
year.
is the perfect excuse.
Yeah, that is a good excuse. Maybe I'll go live after it or something. But yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out. And I'll let you guys know. Stay tuned to this channel for this stream, though.
Yep.
And we will talk to all of you guys later. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have
Bye.
fun and make fun of
Later.